Hello Aries, and welcome to your reading for the 24th of September to the 7th of October 2024. This is a reading if you are an Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising, or have another significant Aries placement in your chart. If you're new to this channel, welcome, it's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. This is a 12-card horoscope spread. This way I can cover all the bases about everything that is going on in your life. And right now I'm pulling the tarot. My main deck is the Murray Hope's Way of Cartouche, which is the deck we see at the bottom. And then the other deck that I am using is what is at least what my version of it is called the Tarot Classic. I think it's really the facsimile of the Marseille Tarot. That is the one that I'm going to be using today to clarify. And then our extra reading is going to be with the Essential Oil Oracle cards. So if you are interested in the readings that I do and my spiritual coaching, other services that I provide, there's a link down in the description below to my website and also to my social media. I do a daily tarot reading on my Morning Coffee with Breege. There's a nice little group that is joined there. And also I do classes. I have a school that I've opened. There's a lot that's going on right now, so definitely check out those links below if you want to know more about the work that I do, particularly my channeling of Archangel Azrael and other things connected to this kind of a transitional work that we're doing right now, because my business is largely called Transition Life Coaching. Okay, so let's jump right into your reading. We are at the autumn equinox. We have just passed the lunar eclipse in Pisces, and then we're going to be having a solar eclipse during this time period in Libra, and so now we are also moving into Libra season. So quite a bit going on right now. Let's just jump right in. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing right off the bat, and I realize there's a lot of cards here, so I will work through these so you can see exactly what's here. Okay, I feel like there is yours. In your first house right away, we see this this fire here. So I feel like you have been very, very inspired and very determined lately, Aries. You are determined to do certain things. You are you may have a lot of irons in the fire. You may have a lot of projects going. You are just coming across as a very ambitious and determined person. But we have this with the Hanged Man card. So what we're seeing here is that amidst all of this energy that you're putting out, you need to make sure you're looking at the bigger picture. Where Hanged Man shows up, we may be looking at things through too narrow a lens. And sometimes when we're very impassioned and we're really trying to do a lot of things at once, this is something that can happen. This can also be a card of being stuck. So sometimes this could be a frustration. Like I'm ready to move. I'm ready for all the moving parts to be in place. I'm ready for everything to be good. But somehow you may feel like you're stuck. And this can also mean that there's something that perhaps you have to give up or something that's going to have to change. So there's a lot of energy that you're expending right now. You have a lot of ambition, but you may be being called to slow down at the moment. That does seem to be a thing that we're seeing for all of the signs lately. If I look at your 12th house here, yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of different and distracting energies that are coming around as you're trying to get organized over here. Hathor to me is a card of this is a very strongly feminine card, okay, showing up in your 12th house here. So so there's definitely a sense here that you are there may be an attempt to connect with feelings here. There may be a desire for security. This has very strong energy that I would connect to the Empress, but again, I feel like you're being pulled in a lot of different directions here. So this is the house of self-undoing. And this is also the house of working independently as well. So I feel like, I don't know, there's definitely a sense here that you are really trying to pull things together to make your mark, but you're being kind of thwarted somehow. Now, mind you, the Five of Wands, which has showed up here, is not necessarily a card that is a make or break kind of a card. It's generally just showing a lot of competing interests, but a lot of times this just means that you need to focus your energy on what's the most important thing to you. Looking down at your 4th house here of home and family, and we're seeing Sept here. So this seems to have been a difficult area lately. I don't know if things have been going on within your family, or even within your physical home. Sometimes this can have to literally just do with things happening with your space. You know, you could have, I don't know, leaks, burst pipes, you know, repairs that need to be made. I mean, I don't know. There could be just something that comes up that maybe that's unexpected. And again, it's interesting. You have this buckle of Isis energy, which is very similar to the Hanged Man. There's the idea that there's some kind of sacrifice that you have to make. You have to there's some kind of a change you have to make to move forward. Now I'm seeing the Knight of Cups here, so there's this sense of an invitation here as well. There's an invitation from somebody. So I don't know if this is going to be connected to moving in with somebody. Okay, what I'm kind of hearing in my head right now is for some of you are wanting to make a romantic invitation, but there could be something in your home situation or what's going on with you that is blocking that. Because this strikes me, this does not have to be a romantic invitation, but for some of you, I really feel like this is. Like there's like either somebody's made an invitation to you or you want to make it to them. And I mean, it could have to do just with somebody offering you something that you really like or really enjoy, because this is the Suit of Cups has to do with water. It's a very emotional kind of energy. But, you know, but again, there's whatever it is you're being offered, this is something that is something that's being held out to you or something you want to hold out to somebody else, but you're blocked from it right now. I feel like you have actually almost too much going on. And something has to go, something has to give here in order for you to open up a bit. Yeah, financially, I mean, it's showing you working very, very hard here, but there seems to be some kind of limitations. I don't know if this represents some unexpected expenses or things that may have come in, but with the Five of Swords, you're definitely feeling somewhat defeated on the financial front. Doesn't mean that you're out of money, but necessarily, or that things are going to be bad, but that somehow you're feeling, you may be comparing yourself to others. You may be benchmarking and saying, oh, you know, this is the point I should be at and I'm not there yet. Or there could be an envy of somebody else's success sometimes when this card comes up. And yeah, this is very strong Capricorn energy. This is you working very hard, trying to get things together, being very, very focused, very practically focused. Ta has very strong Capricorn energy. So I feel like part of this frustration is I'm putting a lot of work in and I feel like maybe I'm spinning my wheels and not getting anywhere. There is something here, something in your communications. Okay, we have Sirius. Again, there seems to be some hurdle to be jumped over, something to be endured. And again, Sirius has this element of deprogramming your mind, thinking outside the box. This has to do with, if you're in your own business, this may have to do with that. This could have to do with travel in some way. This is short distance travel, so I don't know if there's connections to that, or this is also the house of sibling relationships. And just messages in general. This is the Gemini house, so this has a lot to do with your communications. And yeah, there's this idea of opening your mind to, because there's a truth here. We've got justice here. So you need to get things in balance, and that there's a truth. Maybe you have a lot of messages coming in right now and you're trying to balance everything. Maybe there's a different way that you could go about doing whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like so far I feel like there's this very strong sense of not only this fiery energy that you have as an Aries naturally, but there's also this strong sense of restriction, like you're running into a brick wall with certain things, and it's time for you to acknowledge a certain truth here. Justice can sometimes come up when there's a legal issue at play here as well. So yeah, so take that as it resonates. Let me see. I want to look at your job and career houses. And I usually look at the 6th and the 10th house. 6th house, I should note also, with what I'm looking at now, is the Virgo house. This also can have to do with health matters. And we've got the 9 of Wands with Scarab. Okay, so there's some kind of a change or new beginning. This could have to do with your physical health, as I said, or it could have to do with, you could be changing jobs. There could also just be some recent changes and shifts that you need to adapt to, that you feel like there's something has ended and something else has begun. You know, that's usually how this works. When something ends, something else begins. There's definitely a new beginning here. And whatever it is with this 9 of Wands, there's a sense of needing to get off this cycle of like there's a draining energy with the Nine of Wands. It's almost like this is that fire energy in extreme. It's like, okay, it's the wounded warrior energy where you're kind of looking around and saying, when's where's the other shoe going to drop, as we like to say. Where's the next thing going to happen? But there's also a sense with this card that you are pushing through to the finish line on something. Okay, so this could be, for some of you, this could be saying, hang tight. You may be really tired right now and worn out. It definitely looks like you're kind of worn out and annoyed. But this is saying a new start is coming. So this, I feel, is a bit of good news. And I think that because you are moving into, there is some kind of a major change that is coming, you are being called to think about things differently. I mean, that's definitely clear so far. 10th house, which is your house of career, but also legacy, things that you, what you do that you want others to experience or share or remember you for. And it's also the house of the father, but we have Bast here. And so, yeah, this is the happiness card. I don't know if some of you are musicians or dancers or something like that, but there's, but that is a certain element of Ta. It does not have to be the one that applies here, but there's a sense here of community, of community building, of being social, of being recognized for what it is that you're doing. And you're recognized here as an authority. I mean, we have the Hierophant here. Okay, so whatever it is that you're doing, whether you're doing something that's more in the creative arts, or whether you're a teacher of some kind. I mean, you've got the Hierophant energy here, and this is definitely there's this sense of being recognized, but there's also a very traditional vibe to this card. It's like you like to do things in the tried and true way, okay? That you're recognized for your very traditional kind of approach, and you're seen as some kind of a mentor or authority figure here. If that's not the kind of work you're doing, you may be called to do more of something like this, but there seems like there's a spotlight being shown on you and what you're an expert in, okay? In terms of your career. Now, I don't know if some of you are planning on traveling, because we do have Anubis in the 9th house, and that is the house of, among other things, long distance travel. That is Sagittarius energy, and it has to do with expanding your horizons. Although interestingly, when we're talking about expanding our horizons, this can mean a journey, and a safe one at that. But if you're not planning a trip, then this is ironically can have the opposite impact. It can be a card of setting boundaries, because Anubis is a card of protection. So I feel like there's, I don't know. Okay, I'm hearing some of you may be receiving, and maybe this is a very specific message. Some of you might be receiving messages from Spirit here, and maybe you're doubting, whether or not you're delusional. I mean, like Anubis sometimes comes up when maybe we're having a lot of dreams or synchronicities or things that are pointing to things. In fact, with the Seven of Swords, yeah, there definitely seems like there's something that's hidden or something going on in the background. Like you're being moved in a certain direction indirectly. Okay, Seven of Swords is not a direct energy. Sometimes we may feel that somebody may be talking to us and they're not. They could either be trying to sabotage us, or at worst, or at best, it's just. There's just things going on that people are not revealing to you, and you feeling like you don't have the whole picture on something, or you're being called to expand your horizons. But I feel like this has been like a very, very indirect message, and Anubis is telling you can believe the message that you're getting. That's kind of the net of what the message in my head was saying about this. You can believe what you're getting right now, and this. But this tells me that there's, like I said, there's this very, very indirect energy. And I think you do need to worry that if you are, if you're moving into new thought, if you're expanding your horizons and moving outside of things, I think self-sabotage is something that you want to be concerned about, because you have all of these things here that suggests that you are doing things within a very, very narrow confine. There's a way that you expect to do things. You think everything has to be done through hard work. And listen, we're not knocking hard work, but you may be just, working yourself into a corner, so to speak. This often means that we're coming up, one of the ways we're expanding our horizons is finding a new way to do things. Seven of Swords is about, sometimes people think of it as a sneaky kind of a card, but it often means that, the direct approach is not the one that's going to work going forward. You want to do something a little bit more indirect. Maybe there's some negotiation with Anubis. There could be something you're negotiating. So for some of you, this could literally be legal negotiations in this house. but there's some kind of negotiation that is going on. And that whatever this is something that's going to enable you to move forward. So again, for some of you, literally, like I'm seeing justice down here. Maybe you're making business deals. Maybe you're doing something that, trademarking something. Maybe there's something you're doing that involves something legal here, and but something that might need to be negotiated in some way. But I also feel like there's this sense, except for at least some of you here, there's some kind of messages that are coming in. And you may be, there may be some kind of self-sabotaging voice, or there may be an uncertainty about whether you're really seeing something for what it is. Interesting that in the 3rd and the 9th house, with regard to travel as well, and also thought. This is more superficial thought. This is deeper thought, and more spiritual thought. There's this sense that you are being guided in some kind of direction, and this path may not be very straightforward or clear right now. But I think really, okay, I'm hearing the word trust. So it's almost like something seems awry, but you need to trust that you're being led in the right direction. Okay, let's look at your transformation house. The 8th house, yeah, here you are again, the King of Wands. 8th house is Scorpio energy, and so this is you being determined to get what you want. I mean, this is that fire energy. And we have it with Horus here as well. So Horus, again, there's this idea of popularity, of recognition, of having the charisma and the charm and whatever to pull something off. There could be some family things involved here too. I don't know if there's, I mean, again, seeing this down here, I don't know if there's changes involved with your family or with your family situation. This could also just have to do with joint finances as well. Maybe family is somehow involved in that. King of Wands might indicate you becoming, I don't know. Now, this could be a person. This could be a person in your family. This is a house of joint finances as well, so it could be that there's going to be someone in your family who you have some kind of joint financial arrangement with, somebody perhaps who is very ambitious and successful, or it could just be somebody, it doesn't have to be a family member. This could just be someone who is, who is also very successful and determined like yourself. But this feels a lot like your energy to me. So I feel like you are determined to be successful. You are determined to overcome obstacles. Horus, also, the message of this in this house, I would suggest, means that you have healing that is going on right now. You are healing, and and I think what it's saying, okay, it's going to be hard to move forward with certain things until certain healing happens in your life. If there's things that are not happening, and I'm hearing relationships for some of you, I have to look at the relationship houses, but I feel like, and the relationship doesn't have, it might have to do with romance, but it could also have to do with, your relationships just with family members or friends or something like that. It doesn't have to be. I do know right now there's, with the equinox, there's a big relationship reset going on. So that may be what applies for some of you. You are very, very strong and independent, and you are very much recognized. But I think in order for you to really succeed, I mean, I feel like, or for you to really move ahead with the things you want to do, there's some old stuff that may need to be cleared out and healed first. And that may be the reason that if you feel held back in certain areas, that might be why. There may be something that still needs to come to the surface and be dealt with first before you even move ahead. Okay, let's look at your friendship house. This is Libra. Okay, we have Ankh with the Page of Pentacles. Now that's interesting. Now, I don't know, now that's interesting. Now, some of you are teachers. You have the Hierophant. This could be somebody who is a student, okay? Page of Pentacles does have strong student energy to me, but it could just be messages or new beginnings. I feel like this is a very, very positive card. Pentacles is an earth sign, so you could be dealing with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn potentially. And pages tend to be younger energy, but they don't have to be. There's just this sense of like there's like the student teacher vibe to this, which is kind of interesting. But it can also be just that you are, this is your house of what you're trying to manifest, as well as your house of your networks and social networks and your whether those be the friends that your actual friends or just people you associate with, say through social media or business or things like that. There does seem to be some kind of a news. There's a promising new financial beginning that may be coming here that may be through somebody in your network, possibly love also. This could be the same person. Don't know, but we do see that this opportunity down here. So maybe somebody's going to offer you something, but maybe your home, something going on in your home or family situation makes you feel like right now you're blocked from accepting it. So you do need to make changes. So yeah, it's quite possible for those of you who are single that somebody who is currently in your friend group or social network is somebody who is, could become a romantic partner if you are single. That said, if that's not on the table, I would suggest that this card means there's an opportunity to fulfill your passions, to fulfill your dreams. There could also just be somebody in your friend group that you're attracted to as well. But this generally brings good news and new beginnings of another type. So whether this has to do with romance or whether this is just a chance to really do something that you really want to do. But again, with this Knight of Cups down here, I do feel like there may be something about your home situation or something you're doing right now that's blocking you, but there is going to be some kind of an opportunity here. And I feel like this is also something that has the potential to be, like I said, either this is studentship or you becoming a student, somebody becoming a student of yours, I'm not sure. Or there's a chance for some kind of a new financial beginning. Like there could be a new business opportunity, for example, or maybe somebody who through this where you might be able to see some kind of a new job opportunity or a new income stream or something. I mean, that's all that's possible. It does not have to be all of those things. Take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, so let's go back and look at your relationship houses. Okay, so okay, we have Osiris with the Devil. In the house of love affairs. So if you are somebody who is single, okay, so let's first talk about the single people watching this. And if you're looking for love, or maybe even if you're not looking for love, there's definitely the sense of you being a strong individual. Again, this is either Aries or Sagittarius energy. So there's this is something like somebody who's a pillar or a rock to you. This represents a tree. I think you pronounce it jet. It's a stylized tree in Egyptian mythology and Egyptian hieroglyphic symbolism. But this is the idea of somebody who is strong, who is a leader. So it's somebody who either, this could be you, but I feel like this could be somebody who has all of those qualities. Somebody who's a leader, somebody who has good judgment, someone who stands on their own, whether they are another fire sign or not. They don't have to be. But with the Devil, there seems to be Devil showing up in this particular house. There could be a lust or there could be a passion here. You might even be obsessed with somebody, or somebody might be obsessed with you. But seeing it with this kind of energy, I keep feeling like you might be somewhat obsessed with somebody else. Maybe somebody at a distance, because the Seven of Swords energy up here makes me think that this could be somebody. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe there's an opportunity or something here, but you may be dealing with somebody who's at a distance, and so where you live, or a family situation or something may be a block. This may be somebody, who maybe you're speaking to through your social networks and so forth. And I don't know. Now this could go both ways. You decide, if you're feeling a little obsessive about somebody, if you've been watching somebody a lot, paying attention to somebody a lot, then this could be you. It could also be somebody else who's looking at you and thinking, wow, Aries, you're hot. This is Capricorn energy. But the other thing I think you need to be careful of with the Devil, obviously, when there's a strong obsession like that, you do want to make sure that you are grounded, that you're keeping your feet on the ground as well, that you're using good judgment. But I do feel like this could be somebody who is very, very solid for you. I'm going to get to the seventh house and what I see kind of as complementing that. But this could also be you being very obsessive about something. It doesn't even always have to be a person. This could be an obsession with a creative project that you're doing. Because as you can see, there's these two little devils that are tethered here to the main. I think there's this devil standing on a pedestal, and you have these two little, I don't know if they're supposed to be little imps or whatever, that are chained here. And it could be that, again, that maybe you are chained to something that is not, and maybe there's like a, I don't like to think of Osiris as an unwillingness to change, because it's a strong emperor vibe to me. This is this idea of having, being a leader, being focused, having it together, being secure. But I just feel like you want to make sure you're not so attached to a particular situation that you're not able to get out and have what it is that you need to have. But definitely, there's definitely a strong physical attraction on the part of somebody. And in your 7th house of a Libra house of relationships, we do have Lotus here, which is kind of like peaceful continuity. Like, yeah, with Osiris, I feel almost like if you're gonna, whoever the partner is, it has to be somebody who makes you feel calm and makes you feel like you can peacefully continue whatever it is that you're doing. There's something about the past here. Now, for some of you, this could be a past relationship coming back, but I'm feeling more like this is past stuff that needs to be resolved in regard to a relationship. There may be some anxiety around having a partner here, and I feel like this is coming out of a past relationship experience. So you right now, or maybe you're feeling trapped. Like you would, you have to be the Osiris here, right? You've got to be the Emperor. You've got to be the steady one. And so obviously whoever you might be looking for may have to be like this as well. Or like I said, this could be somebody else like this. Maybe this person seems like a very solid prospect to you. And maybe you are very attracted to them, and vice versa. I have a feeling this is something that goes both ways. Like you may be lusting after this person and they may be lusting after you. But again, there's some past stuff here that's blocking it. And we're certainly looking at this idea of facing truths and reconciling things. Seeing the 7 of Swords here, I don't know, maybe you've been watching somebody at a distance, Aries. It's interesting. Maybe because even though I feel like this could be the other person who's looking at you, I do feel like to a certain degree, just because of this 7 of Swords in the 9th house, I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like this may be somebody that you have been secretly watching. Like this person might not know, but again, the possibility that this goes the other way is also true. If you're not doing that, then very likely there could be somebody who's secretly watching you. Okay, so overall we have the Crook and Flail. Crook and Flail is a card of, again, it's a card of recognition. Right now you are going through a phase of being seen. This is also connected a lot to justice. Okay, so there's this sense that you are that you are bringing things into balance. You are doing what is right, what is fair, and what is just, and that you are there's a lot of self-discipline and self-confidence with this. So really strong energy of you working very hard to build something, to bring some kind of project to fruition or to do things. But there are a lot of this 5 energy here. There's just some stuff going on in the background. This 9 of Wands, you could be tired of certain things. You have these blocks, and whatever's going on right now, I feel like you've got this 4 of Pentacles energy. There's a tendency to want to hang on to what you've got, and the thing about this card is that when you hang on too tight to what you've got, the fact that I'm seeing all these cards of loosening up and letting go, it tells me that you have to let go of something in order to grow further. And you do have the 3 of Pentacles as well. So there's definitely this idea of collaboration, of working with others. This is about you building something. But again, with the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like it's something very, very new. And I think that you are, it's a very harmonious card for laying the foundations for your security, for what the things that you want. So there's a lot of you are working very hard here, Aries. You are very, very determined. You're definitely very recognized right now. Relationships, it seems like maybe there's, I think you may be very, very interested in somebody, or they might be interested in you. But I just have a feeling you're very independent tendencies here. You may be kind of, I don't know if I don't want to say exactly that you're blocking something, but you may be just doing a lot of things behind the scenes and not making an effort to move forward. And I feel like this is connected to some kind of past situation that you had. This is your reason for like throwing yourself into your work and saying, okay, that's going to be my priority right now. But if you are somebody looking for love right now, then I think it is saying, to watch out for obsessive attitudes. And there could be somebody obsessed with you. And there is the possibility of somebody from the past, or at least a reckoning with the past. But very strong energy here of having to think outside the box. So Aries, what does Aries need? Okay, your essential oil card is Spikenard, and the keyword here is faith, and the trigger statement is, why does this always happen to me? And the true statement is, I am at peace. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold the space of gratitude as you watch miracles unfold. Okay, so yeah, you don't necessarily, you're revved up and ready to go, but you may, if you're facing obstacles right now, the answer may not be to push so hard. The way I think you are being pushed to think differently about things, Aries. To if it's work, the old expression, work smarter, not harder. There's some way that you need to change your thinking in order to really be in balance with your situation and be at peace and open yourself up to opportunities. I hope this reading was helpful, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see more of you in October.